Well, hello everyone. I hope you're doing okay. In this video tutorial, we will try to discuss modular programming in C programming language. But before switching to modular programming concepts, I would like to start with creating some simple functions because we will be using those functions in this when we discuss modular programming. All right, so okay, but in case if the video starts to get longer than, I don't know, 20 minutes or 30 minutes, I will probably cut it into several parts and to make it simple and short enough for you. Okay, so let's get started. I will start first with a function called int power int int. Okay, this will be a function which will calculate a to the power of b, for instance. We will use it, we will try to calculate it by using only let's say multiplication without using any math.h library functions. All right, so let me copy and paste it here, and here I will say this is a and this is b. I hope you already know why we need these variable names here in the definition. So for those who are already good with at least the fundamentals of programming, I think it's very easy to calculate the power of like a to the power of b, where a and b both integers. So I will not stay on this long, but in order to make it like faster, I will say okay, just because it can get very large, I will put long integer to the return type of power function, and I will do the same here. And here I will say that let's say power is equal to 1 in order to start with, and here I will say for I is equal to 0, I is less than b, I plus plus. So what we are doing, we just trying to make sure that the repetition will repeat the multiplication that we will write exactly b times. And what we are gonna do is to multiply power by a exactly b times. Okay, and finally, after the repetition is over, what I have to do is just basically return the value of power. Okay, this is the first function that I wrote for power, finding the power. So let me try to test. As we already discussed, as soon as you are done defining a function, please try to test it. Let me try to get rid of this. I don't know, something is happening. But anyways, so let me try to print some value ld \n, and here I will call power function. By the way, it's pow, POW, and I will send 3, 5, for instance, and I will call this again, and this time I will send 2 and 10, just for the values that we already know. And let me try to compile and run to see if it actually works or not. Enter. And what does it say? Okay, as you can see, it says that we have a warning. And what's this warning about? It is because we are using power function right here, you see, and this power function is the C is kind of confuses this power function with the one that is already built in math.h, for instance. So what we can do for now, we can change the name to my power in order to get rid of this. Okay, so this is it, I believe. And here I will compile again. Okay, this time I don't have any warnings, and I will run my program. So this is 243 for 3 to the power of 5, and 1024 for 2 to the power of 10. Okay, so this function works, and let me declare and define another function, which will be long my factorial, which will basically find, for instance, n factorial. I really believe that you all know this, my factorial. How this my factorial will work, but in any case, this is long f is equal to 1, and I will start from we can start from 2. I is less than n, I plus plus, and okay, here I don't need this. As you already know, if you have only one statement within a for, or maybe a while, or maybe if else blocks, we don't have to, it's not necessary to put opening and closing brackets. So just because it's necessary, I'm not going to use it. So f multiplied by equal to I in my case, okay, and return f. So you might wonder what will happen if I have n is equal to 0. If n is equal to 0, basically this for statement will be ignored, because 0 is not greater than 2 in our case. I starts from 2, that's why 4 will not even start, and eventually the function will return 1. What about if n is equal to 1? It's the same scenario. It will not start for repetition, so it will return 1. But what about if it is 2? If it is 2, let's say it is supposed to, okay, you see, if it is 2, it will not start either, it will return 1, which is wrong. What should I do? I should put is equal to, so it will not be less than n strictly, but it will be less than or equal to n. So I believe now this is gonna work. Let me try to call my factorial and send, for instance, 3 here, and let's say 10 here. Okay, now let's compile and run again to see if it will work or not. So 3 factorial is 6, and 10 factorial is about 3,628,800. So okay, this is basically it. I believe that my function calculated it right. So I feel it's right, by the way. Okay, so it's getting longer already. So I will basically stop the current video here, and I will probably name it as my power and my factorial functions. From the next video on, I will try to start discussing about modular programming in C. So take care. See you in the next video. Bye bye.